Hi, so I'm making like vlogs. I'm trying to make them every day. Um, as a way to keep track of me, keep me responsible for myself, and bring a little bit of awareness to people who are like me, who think the same way, who have the same mental health conditions or whatever. If you can relate with me, that's cool. Um, I'm not really sure how I'm wanting this kind of YouTubing thing to go because I'm trying with TikTok and I just think it's like a big waste of time. But Netflix is a little bit different. Not Netflix, YouTube. Netflix is on the TV. But no, YouTube's a little bit different than TikTok because like on TikTok all you see is like 60 seconds into someone's life, but YouTube can be literally someone's whole life. Um, So I'm just gonna at least try and upload every day to here. I've been trying TikTok as like a therapy, but this is to keep track of me and I can look at it. It's uploaded to the internet. Everyone can see and judge. um, but a few things been going on lately, kind of been bothering me. Yes, no, my boobs are right there. Hopefully I don't get flagged for that. Will I get flagged for that? What? If my boobs are like kind of right here.
You could, but who knows?
Oh well, so we'll just keep it right here. But no, so what's been going on for me lately is I was diagnosed with DID. Still trying to figure out what that is. And I have a new therapist. So I have two therapists that are gonna be taking care of me. Is that the right word? Helping me. Okay, supporting me. Dealing with a lot of stuff. I've been putting myself in danger these last few days. I don't know if I can show it on here because I don't think that YouTube would like that, but
You can.
I don't want to even risk my video get taken down because I want this to go somewhere. But pretty much it's just I self-harmed. Like, that's it. I don't want to go into more details because like I said, I don't want the video to be taken down. But that's just me being honest. I've been trying. I'm a very honest person. But lately, having to figure out all of the mental stuff kind of sucks because a lot of other stuff has been happening at the same time. And I also have what the doctors call PNES, and that is psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much they're seizures. Seizure. See, if I keep on, I'm going to mess myself up and get into a loop, and I don't want to do that. You got the point. If you don't really know what it is, I can go into further detail another day. But if you want to look it up to get to know now, just look up what is PNS and Google will be your best friend. It kind of sucks because I've been called like I'm faking it a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, that's just faking it. And there's a lot of stuff going on. One legal thing, I'm not sure if I am allowed to speak on it right now because I want to keep everything, legal. So I'm in the right legal standing because if I talk about it, I don't know if anything will happen. But hopefully whenever I get the okay to talk about it, that will be a big, big relief for me because I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time. It's just, I'm trying to take a little action. So, like I said, I don't think talking about the case is going to help. Yeah. So that's been going on, but recently I have been, like I said, putting myself in the dangerous situations, and I'm not really sure who I am right now. I'm trying to look at myself and see, and yes, I may be, and I don't care because I'm an adult and can do what I want. So, and I'm fine. I'm in my own home. I'm good. I'm actually waiting for my medicine to kick in because I take Seroquel and I'm taking 300 milligrams now to go to sleep because I can literally be up for days, and I won't eat, I won't sleep, and I really won't be fazed by it either until my body just crashes because I think last week actually, I slept literally all day on Sunday. I did not wake up to even go use the bathroom. I woke up actually Monday, so I slept Sunday away and woke up on Monday. So that was cool. Not really. But I think it was just my body crashing from everything that it's been through. And then there's some issues that was happening with a cat I was rehoming. The immature person who I sadly said trusted, she's just not the best reasonable person. She's not reasonable at all, and I try to post on the rehoming group to like warn other people about her, and I got jumped on by pretty much everybody in the comments. They're like, oh, you're lazy, just drive there. I'm like, oh, because like there's a lot, my head hurts right here, I hit it, but there's a lot that went on with me and this person, because she was just being so childish. She doesn't know anything about cats, but yes, she wanted one. I tried to help her and inform her, and she kind of just got a little hostile with me. And I'm like, bro, you signed a contract, because my wife got one from Walgreens, that's where we met at, and we kind of wrote that there's not going to be any harm coming to this cat. If it does not work within 7 days, she will be returned to us, and this person's not holding up her end of the deal and just complaining like, oh, she has fur, or she's meowing, or she's like like she clawed me, she bit me. I'm like, no, that cat doesn't really claw or bite people. The cat is very playful. So you must have did something that upset her and went past her boundaries, because cats are allowed to put up boundaries. Practically any animal is. It is within their well-given right as a living, breathing thing to have a boundary. And we must respect them, just like people must respect our boundaries as humans. So she must have did something, and I'm not really sure, because I had called the cops, and it was just a very, really chaotic day yesterday, because I was about to fight with my wife early that morning, because she was very overwhelmed and I was overwhelmed. So two overwhelmed people like trying to figure things out is not really healthy. It's not good. But we are communicating. She's good. Are you good?
I'm alive.
What?
With that one.
Bro, like that makes it sound like...
I did the same thing with my therapist. I am alive.
Anyways, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, because she's been really upset lately, and I don't want to go into too much on my YouTube about her problems. I know I talk about myself, and this is like therapy for me, but I want to help her, because this is my first time people are actually seeing the videos now, if I keep trying. But if you guys get to know me, you get to know her. She has very sad eyes right now. She usually doesn't have sad eyes, but she has sad, numb, empty eyes, and I don't like seeing that on my wife. So I want to figure out what's wrong with her, because I love her and she takes care of me and she puts up with a lot of stuff. So that's I'm trying to figure that out. But yesterday was just a very overwhelming day, because people who did know us knew when we first got together we were fighting a lot. Like, it was not healthy, but we've learned to communicate, and we've grown a lot as a relationship, right? Like, our relationship has grown. We have grown as individuals. Like, we're good. We're a good cup of tea. I'm the tea. She's the sugar because she's sweet. Or she's the tea and I'm the sugar because I'm sweet. I don't know. But yeah, yesterday started off with us having an argument, a bag fight, and I was like trying to calm her down. She was just overwhelmed. Like I said, that's fine. It's normal for any human to be overwhelmed with as much stuff has been going on. And I had left because she went to go take a walk outside and cool down. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get some food then. So I left and went and got food. I went to go see my best friend. And then I came back, and then this person with the cat wanted to start an argument. As soon as I got home, I'm like, okay, so I can't even eat the food I got because now she made me mad. So now I'm gonna go and vent outside about that. So I went outside and I was like, going off. I was like, what? F that person. I'm like, I'm freaking done. And I was mad, like, because I just don't understand how people can be. Because I try and use logic. Because Yeah, logic. Logic makes sense. I don't really know how to explain all of that, but I'm also going through stuff with the old apartment we lived at because they're being real sketchy. And like I said, don't know if I can talk about that one either because that may be a court case as well. It's just a lot of figuring stuff out. Yeah, I was dealing with her, and then my neighbor right on the other side of the door from us. Well, no, before that, this other lady who came up the stairs, and I was like, people who know me know when I'm upset or if I'm out in public or something and people walk by. I'm a very talkative person. I'll talk to you for hours. That's just me. I'm an annoying person who talks all the time. Sorry. But I was like, oh, hey, ma'am, can I ask you something? I'm very upset. And this person literally goes, no, because you're mad. And that's why I'm not going to talk. And I'm like, I didn't understand because her face was so angry. She was just looking so disgusted and annoyed with me. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, being someone who's autistic, because I also found out I'm autistic, that kind of makes me put pieces together, like, in my head, because I've always watched people's body languages, their tone of their voices, their facial expressions, everything to kind of read them, because I wouldn't talk a lot too, or I would talk too much. It would depend on the day. But I kind of seen her body language in her face and everything. I'm like, wait a minute, like, what did I do? Like, I would at least like an explanation because prior to this, I don't really like this neighbor because she kind of always seems stuck up, and she has a very vicious dog who tries to hurt my service dog that I've trained for 2 years, and put a lot of work into her, so I'd really not like my service dog mauled by that dog. Plus, her dog has just growled at me for literally no reason, and I'm already scared of dogs. I know, it's stupid, you're gonna be like, but why you have a dog? Because I got her as a puppy, and I needed a service dog to help me with day-to-day things, and being around public. So I'm like, I don't really appreciate being growled at, and it scares me and terrifies me, and found out today that that dog tried to break in my apartment, so definitely going to the office about that tomorrow. I really don't want to be a Karen, but like, if your dog's banging on my door trying to break in my door to try and either maul me or my dog or my cats, yeah, I don't play that. I don't play that. That's my family. That's my family I gotta protect. But prior to that, I met her and my neighbor who lives, I know you can't see it, but that wall. There's a wall right there. He lives like right next door. And he invited us over to play a card game. We played Cards Against Humanity, which he then informed me and my wife, hey, I may be, like, we may have dark humor, like, it's a card game. I'm like, it's Cards Against Humanity. I think I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm not that blintz or dense. So I was playing some cards, and then they're just like, hey, that's like a little too much. I'm like, it's a card game, a dark humor card game. So I think it's supposed to be who's the most messed up in the head to put that card down. It's pretty fun, But, yeah, that was very awkward over there. But I did invite him over, like, a few days later. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make gumbo. You're more than welcome to come over. And he came over, and then some stuff happened, and I was upset. So, I mean, I don't know if he was like, wow, she's crazy, she's going through real life things. Like, yep. Sure I am. That's what humans go through sometimes. Things that suck. But, after that, that's, like, pretty much the last encounter we've had with them until yesterday when I tried to ask her a question, like, to try and explain my view with this whole situation with the cat and this child that I'm dealing with. And I was like, hey, I just want to ask you a question. Let me know, like, maybe I'm overthinking, because I like other people's opinions and thoughts to see from an outside person's point of view, just, like, what does it look like to you? Like, am I being over dramatic with this? So, like, she didn't have to be that rude to me, because that kind of hurt me, and I was already upset. So I'm like, wow, what? And I said,
You're a lucky person.
okay, well, I said she was a cunt. I was like, wow, what a fucking cunt. I'm like, what the? Like, I even said it like that. I wasn't even mad at her. I mean, I kind of was, but I kind of wasn't. Because I was only mad, like, why did you give me an attitude and stick your finger in my face like that? Like, that wasn't called for, because I wasn't going at her, and she was out there. If I was a little too much, she would have pulled me back and like, hey, you're acting a little too much. Like, she knew I was outside to vent and calm down. And another reason I was out in the hall is because my best friend was making a call to the police to talk about this woman and a cat issue, and obviously I shouldn't be in here when they're on the phone with the police when I'm mad, because when I'm mad, I'm mad. I'm real mad until it gets out of my system. Because I have to talk about it and harp on it until it finally just kind of leaves my system. I don't know why, but I'm glad people around me understand that I have to talk about things until they get out of my head. It's a very challenging thing to probably be around, which I would assume why you're upset too, Julie, is because it's challenging to be around someone who's like me, who's a lot of energy and a lot of loudness and chaos. I don't know. But yeah, she didn't have to be mean. And then after she had went inside, I'm like telling Julie, like, that wasn't called for. I was just trying to ask a question. Like, you could be polite, or you could literally just ignore me, because I am very understandable. Like, if someone just walks by and ignores you when you're trying to talk, or just reach out to them, you know, you walk by like, all right, they don't want to talk, I get it. But showing me hostile anger when I showed you none makes no sense to me. Because I was literally just like, oh my god, this is like so stupid, you know, this whole situation. And then I seen someone else coming up like, oh, hey, you, I hung out with you. So, like, it's very weird thought process. So I hope someone at least understands what I'm saying. But she went inside and I was down sitting on the bottom stairs. I'm like talking to my wife about everything. I'm like, this is just, you know, so stupid. And then my next door neighbor opens his door and he's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, I was like, you talking to me? You're not talking to me, right? Because I don't know who the hell you talking to like that. Because I didn't do nothing to you. And I told him to shut up as well, because no, don't tell me to shut up. It's like, what? It was 4 p.m.? Yeah, it was like around 4 p.m., so it wasn't that late. I wasn't being that loud. I was literally just talking on the stairs. Yeah, it's a hall out there. There's 3 stories, so it's very echoey, but I was not yelling. I was literally just talking, and I was like, man, this is just so messed up. You know, like I said, venting outside while she's on the phone. But then I was like, go ahead and do something about it then, because he was like, I've had enough. I had enough of what? Like, you could have at least approached me differently. I'm like, hey, like, calm down, like, look down at me. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, hey, you're being a little too loud. Do you mind just quiet it down a little bit? Like, it's hurting my head or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, crap, you know, I'm sorry. But no, he did not. So once again, hostile energy for no reason is not okay, because it doesn't bode well with me. You can be respectful, you can be nice, because I'm also learning with other people out in public with my service dog when she has all of her patches on, that like people talk to her and I have to try and educate them instead of being just so mean. Because apparently I was mean. I don't think I was really that mean, telling people when I'm very aggravated about, oh, hi, cute puppy. I'm just like, don't talk to her. She's a service dog. What? Use your brain. So now I'm trying to be more calm with myself. I'm like, okay, try and educate them. Don't be mean, because that's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you like throwing water on a grease fire. Don't do it. You need to put flour on it, or salt, or cover it with a blanket. I don't know. Don't cover it with a blanket. That's a bad idea. Because then the fire is going to eat through the blanket. And then you're going to be sad because you don't have a blanket no more. Huh? Yes, background check. Anyways, he did not have to come at me so hostile. And then later, because we calmed down, you know, the police were called and we're like, all right, it's getting late. We can't really do anything right now. So let's just go inside and go play Call of Duty. So it was around like 9 o'clock. We were playing Call of Duty. We hear a knock on the door. And Julie goes to answer. I'm like, who is that? And why'd they knock so sophisticated? It was 3 big cops at my door. And I'm like, yeah, I immediately came in there. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And like, what are you guys doing here? Because anyone who knows me, I don't really like men. I have very bad PTSD with men and cops. Yeah. Not because I'm a troublemaker or anything or get in trouble. It's just I don't like cops because they don't treat me right here. They're definitely not smart like some should be. Yeah. You try and ask for help, you get hung up on, or you just get, okay, you're just crazy. You know? Or they clearly don't understand my mental illness. They don't even want to know. Only one of them in Greeley actually was pretty nice, because it was like at this fair we went to, and I called and I was like, hey, one of your officers threatened my damn service dog and I don't think that's okay. And someone else called. I don't remember who it was, if he was a lieutenant or not. But he called and he was so respectful to me. He was apologizing. He was like, I will do my very best to educate them. I'm like, that's what I want to hear, you know? I want to hear a real ass apology, because he said he's seen the body camera footage of what happened that night. Why this cop felt the need to threaten my service dog. While I was passed out in a seizure, my dog was doing her job by laying on me. So he's like, yeah, that cop should not have threatened it, and I'm sorry. I'm like, no, at least you're saying sorry, you know? So that meant a lot to me. But a lot of other interactions with these cops here have not. You got sexually assaulted, you tell a cop, and he assumes you asked for it. That's not fun, and it hurts, because I said I want to press charges on him. He not only assaulted me, but my wife. So, do something? No, they don't want to do anything. So anyways, I had told that guy when we had a card game that my stance on that, and I'm like, hey, this is that kind of person I am. And I also told him if I was ever loud or anything, just let me know, you know, like, be a real good neighbor and let me know so I have the chance to quiet down before getting the cops involved, because that's a pretty cowardice move when you're just trying to be petty because you're mad. Because my thought process is, he got mad because I told him to shut up and do something about it and to leave me alone. When I was out there in the hallway just venting, and then, like I said, at 9, the cops came and they're like, yeah, apparently, and they pointed to his door and said he called the cops and said I was beating up my wife. He said the blonde. I'm like, this isn't blonde. This is not blonde. It's dirty blonde. Yeah, I'm an ass, I know. But I was like, I wasn't beating her up. I said, we were literally playing Call of Duty. I mean, in a sense, I guess I was. I was beating her and Lee. Lee, hope you watch this video. Both of you lost. Not once, but twice.
A handicap. My controller don't work.
She cried because I couldn't aim. So, you're still dying now. But I won in gun game and in free fall. Yay! Yeah. So I was like, he was like, oh, well, he said that you guys were fighting or something. I'm like, no. And then I had texted him and stuff, and I was like, yo, why'd you call the cops? He's like, I didn't. He said, I just made a complaint because you told me to do something. I'm like, okay, but you made a false report, bro. And, like, no one was getting beat up. Nobody was getting beat up at all. I mean, and if you look at her knuckles have, like, some bruises on it. That would indicate, like, she would beat me up, but she doesn't hurt me. I don't hurt her. We've learned from when we were kids. That's what it was. We learned when we were kids, and that was way before we even lived on our own. Because we fought, and like I said, I am just being honest. There's no point to sugarcoat anything, lie about anything, fib anything, but we've came a long way. Well, this is going to go on our 5th year, but, so 5th...
Half a decade in a couple months.
Yeah, so this is going to be our 5th anniversary, but we've known each other for like 6 years. Since like 2015. We've known each other since 2015, but we started talking in 2016, and then we officially met in 2017, and she became my girlfriend, and then in 2018, she became my fiance, and then in 2020, she became my wife.
Everything just snowballed very quickly in our lives.
But I love her, and like I said, we were kids back then, and now we're a lot better. She's the love of my life. But I don't appreciate a cop, like the neighbor, coming at me, because I also do think he threatened me, because he was like, this won't be tolerated no more, or this won't fly from here. And I'm like, what are you gonna do though? Like, is that a threat? Because not only I think it's a threat, she thinks it's a threat, and so does our best friend. Because the way his passive-aggressive message was, I was like, I just pretty much explained, he's like, me and the neighbors. I'm like, so you and both of your friends. So because you two you three like to gossip, what's gonna happen? Like, you just told me that you three gossip. Okay, so because apparently one neighbor on the 2nd floor doesn't like him because I said his name, and for privacy reasons I'm not gonna say his name, but I said that person up there had yelled at me and told me to shut up, and she's like, oh, him. I'm like, why you say it like that? You don't like him? Like, what he do to you? Because he was nice once upon a time, you know, he had a sense of humor and stuff, but, like, I just don't appreciate getting yelled at. And And if he thought I was hurting my wife, he could have either came over, knocked on the door, asked if everything was good, or he could have texted, asked if everything was good. But I think he probably got his feelings hurt by a woman telling him to shut up and do something. Making false reports, that's a good way to get in trouble. So if you want to go to jail or get in legal trouble, you can go ahead and keep doing it, because I'm not doing nothing wrong. But being a person, because I also tried to explain to him, I have mental illnesses, bro. Like, I'm not always going to be the quietest, but I know damn well I'm not the loudest person ever, because I'm hardly even home. Because if I dissociate, I leave. That means I'm not here. And in order for me to do bad things to myself when I'm dissociating, I was gone for 4 hours apparently, and I don't remember it, but coming back and disoriented at a gas station like a mile up the road or 2 miles up the road. So, like, no, bro, I don't know what you're tired of, but I did try and explain to all the neighbors that were around me when I seen them, just, hey, this is a heads up. I may not be the most mentally stable person, and that's just me being honest with you and up front. But if I'm ever loud, please let me know, because that's what I would want someone to do to me. You know, if it was that comfortable, they could just come up here and say, hey, you're being a little too loud. You mean quieting down a little bit? And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. No, for sure. I'm very sorry about the noise, and I will try my very best to calm down and quiet down if I notice I'm being loud. But no one gave me that opportunity. But the people below me, I don't have an issue with them. And if I was that loud, as the guy tried to make it seem, I'm pretty sure they would have said something, or at least said something to the office, and I have heard nothing. And I actually seen them like last week or so, and I was like, hey, are you guys sure I'm not too loud? And they're like, yeah, it's no problem. Like, you're totally fine. I'm like, okay. That's what I like, though. Like, we can have a healthy communication relationship right there as a neighbor, respecting one another. Because I can't help the mental illnesses I have. I wish I could, but I can't. Because most days I don't even know who I am. And like now, I don't know who I am. But this is kind of just an introduction about what's been happening the past few days and a little bit of how I think and stuff. I think that Seroquel is starting to kick in right now because I'm getting a little bit slurry and my vision's getting a little bit darker. So hopefully I'll come back tomorrow. It is almost 12, so it's 11:55, so it's going to be Friday. Yeah, so it's about to be Friday, 12 a.m. So I'm going to try and get some rest right now. And hopefully I don't sleep the whole day away because I'm supposed to spend a day with my best friend. And spend the night at her house. But there's a lot more. I need your help, Jolie. This is a contract we're signing right here. So you are agreeing to help me do this at least every single day. Make a vlog every day about my life, what happened, and if I'm a different person.
Okay.
You heard that? We have to shake on it.
Okay. Or get the dog involved.
Okay, getting the dog involved. Cora, do your job. So, yeah. I'm trying because this is almost a 30-minute video, and then hopefully I made someone realize that they're not alone if they are like me. Because there's a lot that I'm willing to spill the beans about. So, yeah. I just want everyone to know you're definitely not alone if I'm here, because I love you forever and ever. And I will always be here until the day I'm not. But then when I'm not, I'm watching over you as a ghost. But I need everyone who watches this video to just keep smiling. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here. Find a way to reach out to me, or like or comment on the video. I don't know. I don't want to be those people. Oh, that sounds gross. Like or comment the video to get me boosted. No, don't. You guys don't like the video at all.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, don't like it. How dare you like that? Like it, baby. I'm sorry. It's so stupid. But, yeah, I don't feel obligated to like it or anything. Just if you watch it, if you come across it, you're not alone. And I love you. And I can show you my cat next time. That sounded really weird. I meant that cat. She's sleeping up there. Her name is Charlie, and she's my baby, and she's 9 years old. But, yeah. I'm gonna go to bed now. So I hope everyone's having a great day or a great night. No matter what time it is, I'm always here. Bye!